What's up, everybody? This is Dre, and I'm back again with another video. And tonight we're going to take a look at the best product of 2019. We're going to take a look at a pair of IEMs from BLON, and it's their model BL-03. A critical review. About a month ago, I came across a video on YouTube by Steve Gutenberg, somebody who I've long admired for several decades for his audio reviews. He's an audiophile of the highest regard. And I also came across another video by a brother in Japan. His channel is called Bad Guy Good Reviews or Bad Guy Good Audios, something in that nature. You should check him out. He also has some great stuff on his channel. He's a little bit raw at times, but for the most part, I think that he's on the money. But both of these guys have brought to my attention that there was an IEM that was very reasonably priced, but the audio fidelity was phenomenal. And so having to have these two guys to break it down, I couldn't resist. So I picked up a pair of blondes on Amazon. Right now they're about $38, but there's also coupons, so you can get them for $36. They feature a 10 millimeter drivers, and it's a 2-pin and a 0.78 millimeter cable. I just happened to pick up some brown. They're actually like a metallic brown. I like them a little bit better than the grays and some other colors that they have. They do have the black, and they do have a silver and a very dark gray. But there's also several other colors that they have. But I chose the brown. But anyway, this is a phenomenal buy at $36 or $38, depending on when you can get it. The sound fidelity is awesome. One thing that they did mention that I do also need to repeat, which is there are a couple of things on this packaging that you need to replace. You need to replace the tips. Now, the tips are very thin, and their complaints was that it doesn't seal. I found it to be true, so I immediately took off the tips, and I replaced them with some memory foam tips. Now, you can pick up some memory foam tips on Amazon. They're about a dozen for $6, more or less, and I think that's very reasonable considering the quality of it. And you're also going to need to replace the cable. Now, the cable on these blondes are, um, well, for something under $50, I can't complain. It's very thin. So I just went next door and picked up a pair of cables from a company called Heidi's. Heidi's, Hidizs. And they have several lengths, all to fit this particular earpiece. And I picked the 2.5 balanced cable. Now, you can buy the balanced cable in a 2.5 millimeter cable, or you can have the 4.4. Now, those are talking about the headpieces, so that is what's going to connect to your player. If you don't have a balanced input on your player, I'm using a Pioneer um, high definition player, and it has a 2.5 balance input. So I was able to pick up these Heidi's for about $36. And so altogether, the 35 and the 35 was roughly about $75, all in. The foam tips, I had some foam tips from another pair of earphones that I had gotten rid of. Um, but on the whole, let's just say $6. So you're looking about $80 all in. So what do you get for this $80? You have a pair of balanced in earbuds, and the sound is phenomenal that you get out of it. I spent several days going through a lot of music that I have on that player. I have 400 albums, from classical to rock to reggae to vocals, a few heavy metals, no country, sorry. But there is a whole lot of music that I was able to kind of go through. Um, the bass on Angela Winbush's cuts was incredible. You have soft rock with bread, um, and there was just quite a few that I went through. Oswald, I also did some Sinatra, U2, um, just the sound reproduction on these albums was just phenomenal. Even something like LL Cool J's album, "Mama Said Knock You Out." I just couldn't get enough of it. To hear the live version of Springsteen, the live 75 to 85, was just phenomenal. So if you have those CDs, I can't highly recommend this um, in ear model enough. So all in, if you want to buy this gift for yourself or you want to buy it for somebody else, pick these up on Amazon. It's literally about $35 as I'm speaking. But also, you're going to need to change the cable. If they don't have a balanced input, so if it's they're just going to connect to their phone, you can get a pair of replacement cables that's good quality for literally about $15. If you have a balanced input on a player, if you have a digital audio player and it has a 4.4, those cables are going to run you about $46. But I was able to pick a pair for the 2.5 I have for about 35. So all in $80. This is literally the best product of 2019. Thanks for listening.